Today, Tricey gonna cook for you some shrimp and sausage stew. This is one of my favorite meals to cook whenever you're in a crunch. We're gonna start off with the Trinity, which is a New Orleans staple for making all of your dishes so savory. First, we're gonna dice up some celery into small pieces. Then we're gonna dice up an onion, a whole onion. And we're going to put it into little bite-sized pieces. Next, we have a bell pepper. We're going to use the whole bell pepper, take out the seeds, cut it into the same size that you have your onions. Also, we're going to use some Cajun smoked sausage. I like to use mine round. Don't cut them in half. And we're going to cut them into about a 1/2 inch slices. We use about 2 links. If you have a full pound of sausage, you're going to use about 2 links of it to put in this shrimp stew. I have some russet potatoes. First thing that we're going to do with the potatoes is you want to peel them completely. With the russet potatoes, you don't want to have any peeling on it. I've used red potatoes before. With the red potatoes, you can leave the peeling on it and still do the same thing. Just dice them up into small bite-sized cubes. The potatoes are made for your stew to be a lot more hearty and kind of spread out and thicken up your gravy when you put them in there. So we have all our fixings, our onions, bell peppers, celery, and smoked sausage. You want to have your shrimp peeled and deveined and cleaned and have them set to the side. Then you start with first oil in your pan, and we're going to add in all of our vegetables, which is the onions, bell peppers, and celery into the skillet, and you're going to saute them until they start to become clear. Yes, so we sauteing our onions, peppers, and celery. You want to cook it down till it gets really soft and tender, and you'll start to see that the color is changing to that clear texture that we like. Then once that's been sauteed down really good, you're going to go ahead and add in your smoked sausage, your Cajun andouille smoked sausage. Put that in there. Let that brown. That oil from the sausage going to give your onions and peppers and celery a really good flavor. So you want to cook that down till it starts to brown. We want to get it nice, and it doesn't have to be charred, but you want it to be browned on both sides of your sausage. Just take about 3 to 5 minutes to cook that down. Also, your onions and peppers and celery is also cooking down also. So once that has cooked down, or while it's cooking down, you want to go ahead and make your gravy, which I'm using brown gravy mix. I like the Zatarain's brand brown gravy mix, and I'm mixing in with some water. You can also mix it in with chicken stock if you like. If you do use the chicken stock, you can still use like 1 bouillon cube instead of 2 of them. But you're going to whisk up that gravy mix real good to where it changes color. Bam. Then we're gonna pour it into our sauteed vegetables and sausage. So next we're gonna drop in the little bouillon cube. I like to use 2 of them in there. So now that we got our bouillon cube in there, we're gonna stir it up a little bit. Then I'm going to grab my liquid Zatarain's crab ball, because that's going to give it that extra kick, that give it that flavor, So we put that in there. I like to go ahead and put my minced garlic in after I've already sauteed the rest of my seasoning and put the gravy in there. Then you're going to put in your potatoes. Pretty much we're cooking this stew long enough to cook the potatoes to make sure that your potatoes are bald and tender. You cook the potatoes down, stir it up a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in a little bit of Cajun seasoning on top of that. You can hold off if you like, just to see how it cooks down, just to make sure you adding the right amount of seasoning to it and you don't want to over salt it. Once you put the potatoes in, you want to make sure that you keep stirring it so that your potatoes don't stick. You can actually put it down to simmer once it comes to a boil. And once your potatoes are done cooking, so I know you can smell it, that means it's almost done. We're going to drop in them shrimps. They don't really need to cook that long. Then we're going to put in our carrots. Those don't have to cook for a long time either. Actually, right about now, you can actually turn the heat off or very, very low to make sure that you don't scorch your potatoes, have them burned on the bottom. We're going to cook the shrimp until the shrimp start to curl up. And then you can see we're going to go ahead and drop in those carrots in there with the shrimp and just let it go ahead and cook down. I use some julienne carrots, but you also can use baby carrots if you like, or that's what you have. I've even used circular round carrots also that were in the freezer. And there we go. We're going to plate it and serve it on top of some rice. And within 20 minutes, you got a good home-cooked meal that's hot and savory. And I can guarantee your family going to be asking for this again. Shrimp stew. Like and subscribe for more great videos from your girl Tricey.